Hey guys, Terrible Acon 13 here with a video to answer a question that has been posted quite a lot since the Division beta, and that is, will the Division kill Destiny? My short answer is no. My long answer is no, but I do think it'll help it. And here's why. Let's just have a quick look at the two games. First off, you have Destiny. It's a first-person loot-based shooter where you progress through the story to gain loot, to gradually increase your character's level to the point where you can take on endgame strikes and then eventually endgame raids. The endgame raids are 6-player events where you have to work as a team to overcome challenges and defeat several bosses, unfortunately which are normally bullet sponges, which will have certain mechanics and then require shooting in their current spot until they burst like a loot-filled pinata. You then have the Crucible side of things, which is you load in with a group of players into a map and you play a very specific PvP game mode. Once that mode is finished, you load out, go back into a lobby and load back in again. It's a much more focused and intense PvP. You also have on the side of this a very light RPG element in the form of your classes and subclasses, which have nodes which you level up with experience over time, allowing you some form of player customization on top of just the loot. We then have the Division, which is a third-person loot-based shooter which has a heavy cover mechanic and uses a heavy RPG system from what I had in the beta. Again, anything I say now about the Division is simply based on my time spent in the beta. So again, you play through a story mission, you're leveling up, you're getting new loot, and you're gaining new skills to upgrade your character. Your character is completely interchangeable on the fly, as well as adjusting your equipment to the point of the attachments on your equipment. You can swap out your weapons, you can add attachments to make it a longer range weapon, a shorter range weapon, all done on the fly. But you also are required to use the cover mechanic, because while thumb skill comes into it, if you try to just run and gun through the game as you would say in Destiny, the AI will gun you down very, very quickly. Now, we obviously don't know at the moment what the true endgame content is going to be in the Division, but we did get a look at the Darkness Zone, which is a form of endgame content, as the PvE characters in there are much higher level, they drop much better loot, is where we saw the best loot in the beta, and are much harder to take down. It is also, though, at the same time, the PvP arena, which is not quite as focused. It's a much more, you don't have to be involved in PvP, but you also don't have the option at the same time. If you go into the Darkness Zone, then you may be able to go through and be totally friendly with the other players in there and have no problem, just take on PvE characters, and that'll be fine. But you do have to extract your loot from the Dark Zone through a supply drop, which you have to wait for the helicopter to come in to remove your loot. And this is a time when the PvP element tends to kick in, because that's when other players will sometimes ambush you, because they will want to steal your loot. And then the whole rogue status kicks in, where you have that extra game type on top, where it's either being rogue and trying to survive, or hunting down the rogues to get extra boost and any kit they may have stolen from somebody else. So, as you can see, the games, while they have a lot in common, they are very different beasts when it comes to playing it, and people will play it for different things. I think that we'll have a large crossover audience because they both have at the core that addictive loot-based system where you always want to go and find a new piece of shiny equipment to make your character look even more badass than it already is. But the way it goes about it is somewhat different. Destiny is a much more run and gun, I wouldn't say more fast-paced, but it relies more on your finger skills. The Division is a much heavily RPG, which is you're going to go in there, you're going to do a lot more time customizing your characters, getting to what you want, and finding combinations of characters within your fire team. Where with Destiny it tends to be you can run with pretty much anything and you will be okay. Now, to where I feel it will be good for Destiny. The one problem that Destiny has right now is a lack of content. I mean, we love this game so much that new content comes out and we're eating up in a matter of days, all of it. It doesn't matter what they add, it's going to be gone in a matter of days. We'll have used it up and we'll be begging for more. And Bungie have said they can't really keep up with what we're doing. So I feel that the Division will be good because it'll give us something else that scratches that same itch, that will play Destiny. New content will come out and we will play the crap out of it. We will play it until there's nothing left to give. And then we play The Division, because that'll have new content, and we can play that until there's nothing left to give. And we can swap between it, which I feel personally will help keep both games alive. Providing they don't try and compete directly with timing their DLCs at the same time, I think that would be a bad move by both companies. I think it would be great to see a little switch, and then that will keep both games alive, because you'll have players going from one game to the next and then swapping back and forward. So that is just my personal thoughts after playing the beta on how I feel it is. I feel that Destiny will well and truly survive this, and in fact I feel it will be better for it. And I also cannot wait for The Division to come out. The beta was so much fun, it was addictive, the loot was great, and I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that The Division will kill Destiny? Do you think it's going to survive it? Do you think that The Division will have the long-term legs that it looks like Destiny should be able to have? Just let me know in the comments below. And if you've liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe to hear more from me, and until next time, laters.